Good morning this Tuesday, the 7th of October. I'm Grady Wolf, Senior Market Analyst with the Bell Direct. Wall Street closed mostly higher on Monday as investor optimism increased for M&A activity as two major deals were announced for Comerica and AMD separately. The S&P 500 rose 0.4%, the Nasdaq gained 0.8% on Monday, and the Dow Jones ended the day down 0.1% and bucking the trend. AMD shares rose 23% on Monday after the company reached a deal with OpenAI to supply the leading AI generator with AI chips, which could ultimately end up giving the ChatGPT maker a 10% stake in the chipmaker. Meanwhile, Comerica shares jumped 10% after Fifth Third Bancorp reached a deal to buy the fellow regional US bank for $10.9 billion in an all-scrip transaction. In Europe overnight, markets closed mostly lower, with the STOXX 600 closing flat, as did Germany's DAX, while the French CAC lost 1% after the country's new Prime Minister called it quits after less than a month in the job. And in the UK, the FTSE 100 ended the day down 0.13%. Across the Asia region on Monday, markets closed mixed, led by Japan's Nikkei soaring 4% to a fresh record after the country's ruling Liberal Democratic Party elected Conservative Sanae Takaichi as its new leader, positioning her to become the country's first female Prime Minister. Elsewhere in the region, Hong Kong's Hang Seng fell 0.7% and India's Nifty 50 ended the day up 0.74%. Locally, to start the new trading week, the ASX 200 closed just 0.07% lower as a tech and healthcare sell-off offset strength among materials and utilities stocks. Gold and copper spot prices reached a record and a 16-month high respectively on Monday, which buoyed local producers, with the outlook for continued momentum for both critical metals to extend for some time to come. Brisbane Broncos shares saw 27% on Monday to a record close after the club's 19-year grand final winning drought ended on Sunday, with the team taking out the winning title for 2025. On the commodities front this morning, oil is trading 1.5% higher at $61.79 a barrel. Gold is up a further almost 2% to yet another record high, $3,962.58 an ounce. And iron ore is up 0.25% at $104.36 a tonne. The Australian dollar has further strengthened against the greenback to buy 66.19 US cents. 99.47 Japanese yen, 49.19 British pence and 1 New Zealand dollar and 13 cents. Ahead of Tuesday's trading session here in Australia, the SPI futures are anticipating the ASX will open the day up 0.16%. And now let's dive into some trading ideas for your consideration today. Bell Potter has resumed coverage of Northern Star Resources with a buy rating and a 12-month price target of $30. That's up from $20.85, as the analyst sees NST as stable, low-risk gold producer entering a phase of free cash flow harvesting in FY27 following the $1.5 billion investment in the KCGM mill expansion from 12 million tonnes per annum to 27 million tonnes per annum. And Trading Central has identified a bullish signal on Ventia Services Group following the formation of a pattern over a period of 15 days, which is roughly the same amount of time the share price may rise from the close of $5.24 to the range of $5.85 to $6, according to standard principles of technical analysis. And that's all we have time for this morning. Have a wonderful day and happy investing.